Welcome back to the shed. I'm Syd, Mackie's on the camera. And today we are doing a bearing refresher on my bottom bracket bearings. It is time to do the annoying, slightly more complicated maintenance tasks that we do not do during the season. And that includes making sure our bearings are in shop condition.
Tip-top ship shape.
Ship shape, tip-top bike shop. For this task, you'll need a bearing puller in the correct size for the bearing that you are working on today, bearing whacker, a box cutter. I don't know what we're doing with the box cutter, but I mean, it's going to be good. And the bearing press tool, and of course the correct size bearing guides. And we've also got some biodegradable bike cleaner, because we're cleaning stuff today. Then we need grease, and our Enduro Bearings Max O grease.
Well, it depends on which bottom or which bearings you're doing, which grease you use.
Oh, here we go. Probably the XD-15 speed grease.
That's the one.
Speed grease. So when we build our bikes, we always put the Enduro Bearings XD-15 bottom bracket bearings in for a couple reasons. They have a lifetime warranty. They also get smoother and faster over time.
It's aero-grade space steel, and so if grit does get in there, the balls actually polish the inside of the race and get smoother.
So why are we doing this?
So even though they're a lifetime guarantee, that doesn't mean that you should just ignore them. You could theoretically. Yeah. But A, they will start making noise because there's no grease in there, and that's annoying. And B, the bearing is going to run more smoothly if they are clean and have the appropriate grease in them.
Right. Seal off. Here, you hold this.
Thank you.
This is the part that always makes me a little nervous. There we go. Just feels like that's not how that should feel, but it is. Now we whack it.
Yes.
It's coming. That was close. Try not to give yourself internal bleeding when taking this out.
All you have to do is unscrew those.
I know, but I can't.
Yeah, you could use an adjustable wrench if you want. Makes it easier.
Voila. Assume I need to go to the other side and do the same thing.
Correct.
That's not what I meant to do. Whoops. Tightening this on. Cool.
All right.
Alright, first up, we're just wiping these down so we can see what we're working with. Gonna clean off the seals.
So this is a process that you can do for any bearing, but if you have low quality bearings, the races might be so worn out that it is not worth doing and you just want to throw the bearing away and buy a new one. That's the benefit of these Enduro Bearings XD-15 bearings, is that they are made to have this done to them, multiple times over the course of their life, and they have a lifetime warranty. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pop both of the seals off, which you do using the X-Acto knife.
This is an X-Acto knife? I called it a box cutter. This sounds like a good way to cut yourself.
Yes, okay. So be careful. On the inside part of the seal, between the seal and the race.
This doesn't hurt it, really?
Nope.
Okay.
So you're going to push down and in, and then, lift it out, and then there you go.
Easy peasy.
And there is the inside of your bearing. Good. And now you do the same on the opposite side as well. All right, so now you're basically just cleaning this out as well as you can. We do not have like a pressurized degreaser. If you do, like a spray can of degreaser, you can use that. We're just going to use this bio degreaser and then flip it over and do the same thing on the other side.
This is kind of satisfying.
Yeah. Well, so hold the inner race and then spin the outer race around, because you're trying to get as much of the existing grease and grit and stuff out. And then rinse in hot water and repeat.
It's looking pretty good. What do you think?
Looks pretty good. I think we can now use the air compressor to blow it out a little bit.
Okie dokie. We have one clean ass bearing right there. There's light coming through it. Look at that. Okay, now what?
So now you have 3 grease options if you want to look at them.
We've got performance grease, max O grease, speed grease.
And I think they
I want
say...
speed grease. Designed for ceramic bearings and low friction applications.
Okay.
Designed for pivot and headset bearings. All conditions, designed for all bearing types.
Since we're using the XD-15, which are a ceramic steel hybrid, that's the one we want to use. I used the red one when I redid our headset bearings not too long ago. And so basically you're just squeezing it, a layer of it in there all the way around on both sides.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I would just aim it straight down, so instead of diagonally, yeah, like that, and then there we go. And then do the same on the other side. So unlike many things that you grease, the goal here is actually to get the grease inside.
So now we spin it a little bit.
Well, or you can just put the seals back on to like help squeeze them down into place. So that's one of the things that Enduro Bearings includes with their XD-15 bearings are replacement seals in case you do bend them. It's just better to avoid it if you can.
This is messy, but also oddly satisfying. I think actually my fingers are just spinning. There we go.
Spinning?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Ooh, that was not the best, but I think we're okay. Get in there, get in there.
Yeah, that's how you can tell it's clean, is when it like spins freely like that.
Can I do this one at a time or do you do both at the same time?
Oh, one at a time.
Okay, we'll just do this side, then we'll clean the other side.
Sounds good. I would just grease the outside of the bearing. You're trying to make sure that it doesn't seize in there is all.
Yeah, I don't think we've had squeaky bottom brackets at all, ever, with these bearings. We've had squeaky other things. I had a squeaky something for a while, but it wasn't the bottom bracket.
It was probably your pedal.
Last episode of Syd Screws Around with Bearings, we discovered that my pedal was literally, like, had eaten itself. So if you haven't watched that video, go check it out. Come in like that.
This is their new quick adapter, so it slides on. Instead of having, you know how you had to spin it the whole way? So flip that 180 degrees.
I kind of liked the spinning, but I think I was the only one.
That was fine the first couple of times.
Okay, so we gotta squeeze this guy. This is a new widget. There we go. That feels right. Okay, and now we just turn.
Turn.
There we go.
Now it should pop and be able to pull off.
Okay, and we have a bearing.
Nice.
It's in there. It's all happy. Okay, now we do the other side.
On the other side.
Little bit of grease. Little bit of grease. This is a bit hard to do.
There you go.
I feel like I could just be standing up, but I'm lazy, so here we are. That's tight as I'm going to get it.
Right.
Bearings refreshed. And this is how to refresh your bearings in 1 minute. Remove the bearings, then carefully remove both seals by inserting a small blade near the inner race and prying the seal out. Clean the bearings with degreaser, then rinse and dry. Once dry, add fresh grease to both sides of the bearing, then wipe down and reinstall the seals, making sure not to bend them. Reinstall your bearings and go ride.